Gladstone School has a fantastical technology and sculpture trail, one that's been powered by broad collaboration. Today, Claire, Alger and Rebecca Bishop are further sharing their experience with a group of colleagues from across the city.
We had an overarching theme of sustainability across our whole curriculum coverage for the year, and we decided that the children would be involved in creating sculptures for our school grounds using recycled and reused material. So the purpose was to take a sustainable action and create something new from something that was otherwise going to be turned into rubbish. So we created these sculptures that formed a trail that went around our school.
The inspiration for the trail came from the playground art at neighbouring Enviro School or Wairaka Primary.
A group of us went to have a look at their school and at their projects, and it looked pretty amazing, and we thought that we could kind of take some of their ideas and be able to adapt them and use them at Gladstone. That we also collaborated in that we invited several of those teachers to come and lead a staff meeting where they came and talked to all of us about how they'd gone about that process. We had a vision of what it was going to look like. We shared that vision with everyone, and from that time on people were starting to collect and share ideas that they saw around the community, or things off Pinterest, or things that they'd seen on the computer, just any ideas, and people began to talk to one another about various areas in the school where they might work together.
And they also started to share the resources that they had available to them that they could share with other people, and also the skill set that they had heard about in our community of people that might be able to come in and work with the children to create the project. So some people had access to a person or resource that another class didn't, but was able to share that. It varied from parents that had access to particular equipment. So for example, our corrugated iron was cut by a man who was a roofer. We had access to a printing company who offered their services, just down to parents, a lot of dads that were able to come in because they had tools or they were handy kind of people and were able to offer their help.
And there was lots of just hands-on help. Inviting parents along to help with painting or the making process along the way. Parents were often in classrooms working as well. One of the things that we did was that each class created a scrapbook, and it just recorded that technology process in action. So in the scrapbook were letters that they wrote, their brief, photos that they'd taken, samples of materials or paint or anything that had happened along the way. This was sort of evidence of the process.
And we've been able to share them with teachers as well now who've looked at what we've done and seen that they might like to do something similarly, so it was a really good way to show how we did the process as well.
We had an event at the end of term 4.
At that event, some of the people that came had helped us. For example, a lot of us had been to Waitaku Refuge Centre and they were invited to come along and see the work because they had heard about it. Parents that had helped us. Also, alongside at the art exhibition, which was also based around sustainability, there was some local artists that the children based their art on, and they chose to come along and have a look at the exhibition as well. So it was an opportunity not only for our school, direct school community, but other people as well to come and have a look.